Morning, everybody. We are sitting at the scrapyard to get loaded. I was gonna do 2 loads of this. We'll see how quickly I can do it, but somebody wants me to pick up a load in Tucson, bring it back down here to Phoenix. I have to be in Tucson by noon, so depending on traffic and time at this, recycler that I'm taking the cars to, we'll see how quickly I could get to Tucson or back up to North Phoenix to take a couple more cars. We'll see what happens. Loaded with some less than ideal cars. Had to make sure everything inside was secured because they were cut up for testing by the fire department, which happens. But we're gonna head down to Phoenix, drop these off, and then probably just head straight out to Casa Grande or to Tucson so we can get loaded. Later. Emptied those 2 cars at the scrapyard 2 hours later in good fashion. Tucson deal canceled because they needed me to be empty by 4 p.m. and then just getting unloaded 10 a.m. 2 hours to Tucson, noon. They needed me to self-load also fences. So that's probably an hour and a half maybe loading and securing. And then 2 hours back to Tucson. So 3:30, 4 o'clock would have been pushing it. And then you got traffic getting back into Phoenix, from the 10 out there. So with loading it and unloading it myself for the rate that they gave me, I just let them take me off of it. And then good thing I did because I have 3 more of those scrap runs I can do for X amount a piece. And then tomorrow morning I booked some wood trusses that have to go 10 miles from Phoenix to Mesa for a couple $100. So that will that's a good start, and then hopefully there'll be something else tomorrow that's local. Obviously, if I make more videos, that means we found some more work today, so good problems. But we're gonna I'm headed back to Phoenix and then get something to eat and go get some fuel. It's always very kind when people will wait, back at the light so people with trailers can turn into their lane and stuff. Another load of junk cars secured. Just running down to Phoenix again. I'll probably go home a little numb. That's my fuel spot from this morning. Because my gas handle just leaks. We are pulling up to the recycling place now. Every single time I've come here, I've had to wait on the street because it's so busy. Let's see how lucky I get. You always want to come in southbound because the entrance is on the right, so that way you're not, fighting cross traffic going in. Okay, no line out to the street. That's a good sign. Everything stayed on. We're good. Last little turn. You always feel good when it's the very last. We still got a line of some cars, or trucks, I should say. But nothing compares to the mornings. Oh, I'm sorry, transmission. But now we're in a waiting game again. That roll-off is telling him to stop because he's trying to get that, must be trying to get that bin. Oh, that same roll-off just cut off a tinker truck coming in here. That's crazy. This might be it today. They already paid me for all 3 of these loads. And we'll try and get some more. There's another dealership, scrapyard, repair person that wants to have a meeting with me about taking their material too. Well, my licensing isn't set up to buy, scrap metal. I just don't want to piss anybody off. I want to do everything on the up and up, and all my stuff is set up to haul, so I gotta talk with them and make sure they have accounts. Because I can haul just like this, just like the cars I'm doing right here. Hauling it from the business, and the scrapyard or recycling yard is paying that business that I hauled it from. So that's why it works. But yeah, if I just started doing you know, $1,000 a week in metal I'm buying that the recycling yards are paying my company, I think that's gonna raise a red flag. So just want to have a conversation with them and be like, yeah, I'd love to transport for you, but you know, on paper that's all we can do. Get unloaded, see if anything else pops up. It's 12:30. Let's see, maybe get preloaded or something super local. The scale of this place is insane. You see the size of this machine. That's just grabbing that car. Oh! Naturally so, because this place is just huge. But I was so intimidated when we come over to scale 4 to weigh out. Those are all the precious metals and shit. So if I imagine if I ever brought like alternators, radiators, stuff like that. What do they call it? Non-ferrous metals. Wait to get weighed out, see if we can find a load.